Buenos días, James. Good morning. Bienvenido. Kamura, bienvenida. Bienvenida. Buenos días. Buenos días, Akari. ¿Cómo estás? I know. I agree. I agree. Buenos días, Marilisa. So, you guys be thinking, what was one thing that break made you grateful for, right? Thanksgiving is supposed to be about gratitude, being grateful. Hola, Priscilla. One thing you were grateful for, you guys. Here's what I was grateful for. Well, if you recall, that's nice, Melissa. One of the things I'm grateful for is if you guys remember, I had a surgery, right? I wasn't with you guys that last day, right? That Thursday. So, one of the things I was grateful for is being able to try to heal. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm still healing. Of course, it's going to be a process, but I have like an appliance in my mouth, you know, and so makes it kind of tricky to talk, and I still can't eat just everything yet. That's okay, right? Thank you. Buenos dias, heaven. Ooh, look at your ceiling. I like that. And heaven, it's much better looking at that than looking at snow. We're getting 3 inches of snow today. Kind of though it was on the calendar, right? December 1st, Mother Nature says, okay, snow time. But I would gladly send it to you all. You want to switch weather? You want to switch weather? Please, we could ask Mother Nature to switch our weather. That would be not a good thing. See. Buenos dias, Elizabeth. You guys tell me, be thinking, what is one thing that break made you grateful for? One thing that break made you grateful for. Elizabeth, I love that answer. I wish I still had mine. Yeah. You do, Heaven? Well, no, can't say I agree with you. Again, if I could send you this, I would. No, I don't. I like the chilly weather much better than I like heat. I don't really like heat, I like it to be cool, but I'm not a snow fan. hmm Yeah, just not a fan of snow. Yes, more fall. Absolutely. I could live in fall all year long. Even better than spring. Yeah. Me gusta más el otoño. Sí, me gusta más el otoño. Me gusta mucho el otoño. Y el invierno, winter, lo odio. I don't like it at all. No, lo odio. No me gusta nada el invierno, winter time. No. Buenos días a todos. How are you today? Hi, Carolina, Haley, Nikki, Lay, Charlie. Ah, muy bien, Heaven. That's a great answer. Great answer. Okay, so if you haven't already decided what made you grateful over break or what you're grateful for over break, just pop it in the chat. And you guys, it's Monday, our first day back from break. We're going to take it kind of slow today. And just to get our brains like warmed up and turned back on for Spanish. Last time we were together, which has been a while now, we practiced. We were in a quizzes and we were looking at colors and we were looking at like being calm and nervous and those kinds of things, right? And then you had the sub. You had some work time with the sub, right? Because I had that surgery. Yeah. So what I'd like to do today again is just kind of slowly work our way into some vocabulary, finish up these adjectives. You guys have a busy month. December is always busy, right? There's like STAR testing and English and math, and there's just all kinds of things about how we need to get done before the end of the semester, And so any work that we have outstanding, you guys, I would appreciate it if you could get it all turned in no later than the 17th, okay, of this month. If you have missing work for second quarter for the second 9-week period, remember we cannot go back and do anything from our first 9-week period. So anything from our second 9-week period, you guys needs to be done by preferably the 17th. Okay. All right. Any questions there? Yeah. So we're going to take it a little easy today, right? And I'm sorry, I feel like I'm spitting because I have this thing in my mouth. I feel like I'm spitting, but we'll get used to it. I'll get used to talking with it. Okay. All right. You ready to start? Give me a thumbs up. Clase C, ready to go? Okay. Muy bien. So our unit, Unidad Uno, is the theme, the cultural theme anyway, is Mexico, right? Mexico. Have you guys ever been to Mexico, like on a cruise or something? Anybody? No? And so behind me, you guys, if you can see my picture, that is in Mexico City, like the old part of Mexico City. Mexico City is one of the biggest cities in the world. I think the population of just Mexico City, approximately, is like 22 million people. Think about that, you guys. 22 million people. I mean, I live in Missouri, and the population of Missouri is about 7 million. Yeah. So it would probably be like Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, Nebraska population all in one big city. Can you imagine that? Yeah, it's huge. So yeah, so that's a good observation. Building looks like something from Roman Empire. It's actually Spanish because that's who conquered, right? And so and who brought Christianity to the Americas were the Spanish. So this building, this is a church. And then I don't know if you guys can see or not, but you see these down here by the doors, those are people. So if that kind of gives you an idea of the size of the building based on the size of the people. Yeah. And then in the front of this, it looks like a parking lot. Yeah, but it's not a parking lot. It's called El Zócalo, the Zócalo, right? Zocalo, Zócalo. And the Zócalo is like a town square, but they're huge, right? And so that's kind of where things happen. Or in the old days, especially, it's kind of like where people would, like all of the events would happen in El Zocalo, right? Um, Farmers would bring their stuff to sell, all events, right? In more modern times, it's like military events, New Year's, Christmas celebrations. If the president of Mexico speaks, they speak in the Zocalo, right? So it's the place, right? So Zocalo literally means like city square, town center, or something like that. Okay. So clase, hoy es lunes, el 1 diciembre. Vamos a conocer algunos adjetivos que usan el verbo ser. So, way back several weeks ago, we practiced that verb to be. Yo soy, I am. Tú eres, you are. Él and ella es, he or she is, or it is, right? Usted es, you are, if it's formal. Nosotros somos, right? We are. Ustedes, ellos, and ellas son, right? They are, or you all are, son. So we practiced all of that, right? Well, the goofy thing about Spanish is that we actually have two verbs to say I am, you are. So it can be tricky for us who, are not native speakers or we're trying to learn the language. When to use which one? When do we use ser to say I am blah, blah, blah? And when do we use this other one to say I am blah, blah, blah? So that's kind of what we need to figure out, you guys, before the end of the semester, right? And so we're going to start with some adjectives, some describing words that use the verb ser, the one we've been practicing, yo soy, tú eres, et cetera, et cetera. Now we started with colors, right? And because colors are describing words, and so we had things like, I don't know, de qué color es el cocodrilo, right? What color is the crocodile, right? El cocodrilo es verde, right? The crocodile is green. Okay. So we're going to expand on that now, right? Last class, we looked at some slides. We played a quizzes. Okay. So now we need to get a little formal with it. And we're going to add to our vocabulary. But your job today is to turn on your powers of cognate recognition, words that look like words in English and have the same meaning. Okay, you guys? So that's our job. That's the first thing we're going to do today, right? So here's what I'd like you to do. Head on over to Canvas, por favor. Meet me in Canvas. Because we are going to try to make our job a little easier. Okay. So head on over to Canvas. I'm going to share my screen with you. And by the way, those of you who completed your exit question, your exit ticket on the day with the sub, you guys get some extra points. Woohoo! Because you did your exit ticket. So good for you. Right? James, Kimura, Haley, Carolina, Aslan, Marlisa, Arshus, Christopher, and Heaven. You guys get some extra points. Okay. So scrolling. We are down here. Okay. Los adjetivos, describing. Okay, give me a thumbs up when you're there. Yeah, thank you, Christopher. Stacy, I didn't say hi to you this morning. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Christopher. Good morning, Dallas. Thumbs up when y'all are ready. Some kind of thumbs up.
Morning.
Morning. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, so click here where it says guided notes. And it should look like this. Let me know if you have any trouble opening. All right. Akari, are you with us? Priscilla, double click that annotate button and see what happens. Elizabeth in Dallas, did it open for you? Yeah, you can make a copy or just work on it there. Okay, Lay, you with us? Stacy, did it open? Okay, good. Nikki, did it open for you? All right, some of you are copying. I'll give you a minute. Dallas, you with us? All right, so cognates, right, you guys? All of those words that look similar in English. So what I'd like to do is you tell me. Let's start in this first bunch, okay? And remember, you guys, that these are adjectives with the verb ser that we've learned. But I want you to notice that some of them have little asterisks by them. And down at the bottom, I said, these adjectives use a form of the verb estar because they are temporary. And so that's, like I said, you guys, this is the direction we're headed. We have to, before the end of the semester, figure out the scenario. What's the difference between ser? What's the difference between estar? When do we use which one? Okay. And we're going to use adjectives to do that. So our first job, though, is cognate recognition. So calmo, and you guys are typing, right? You guys are going to click on there and type. So you can unmute to make it faster, or you can put it in the chat, whichever you prefer. Somebody's already told me, Kamura. Calmo is calm. Yeah. Christopher, unit 1 down at the bottom, guided notes. What is an adjective and how do we use them? You see it there, Christopher? Yay. Okay. All righty, you guys. So calm. How about nervioso? Who can help me? What do you think it means? Heaven, what do you think? Unmute, Heaven. What do you think nervioso means? Por favor.
Nervous?
Nervous, absolutely. Type it in, you guys. Muy bien. Okay, anybody else see words that you recognize? This is what we're doing. Do you see something that you recognize in English? You need to share it with the group because we're going to type these in as a group. What do you recognize? Let's look in that first column here, you guys. In this first column, what do you recognize? Let's just do this column first. We said calm. We said nervous. Anything else in this first column that you recognize? Stacy, find one you want to share with us? James, Carolina, Charlie? Yeah. Okay, good. So James says horrible, and that's exactly right. So horrible, right? And Heaven says grande is big or large. So type it in. Grande is big or large. All right, good job, James. James is down here. He says difícil looks like difficult. So you're going to type in difficult. Okay, difficult. Yeah, Kimura, except that's not really a cognate yet, right? So we're going to try and focus on our cognates first. Right? Okay, anything else in this first column that we recognize, you guys? Cognate. We had these. Any others in this first one? We're missing one. No, but good guess. Yeah, absolutely. So estupendo is like stupendous, right? Marvelous. Absolutely, Elizabeth. Good job. Stupendous, right? And somebody said, there's one more, you guys, in first column. You recognize it? Anybody find it? Caroline? Elizabeth? Interesting. Thank you, Elizabeth. Interesante. Right, you guys? Interesting. Okay. Muy bien. So look at that. Look how many words we've already figured out. Okay. So make sure you're typing them in. I'll give you guys a minute if you need a minute. And then send me a reaction. Send me an emoji or something to let me know you're ready to go on. Remember, you're just typing in these that we are figuring out what they mean. Yeah, we can tell what they mean. All right, Madelisa's ready. Elizabeth is ready. Heaven's ready. Anybody else? Priscilla, how about you? You ready? Almost. Nora's ready. Christopher, where'd you go? Aslan and Lay, we need our cameras on, por favor. There you go. All right, y'all ready then? Okay, so let's try our next column. I'll let you guys take a look at it. You can unmute, goes faster if we unmute. Are there words there that you think you know what they mean because they look like something in English?
Intelligent.
Intelligent, muy bien. So, inteligente, intelligent. Anybody else?
Estupido looks like stupid.
Yeah, very good. Stupid. That's not a bad guess, Heaven, except that would be a verb, like an action. These are describing words. Okay, anybody else recognize something here?
Strict.
Strict, muy bien, way down here at the bottom. Estricto, strict, right? Somebody who's like tight, you know, they don't know how to relax. Yeah. Good. Anyone else? There's one more, I think. One more.
Simpatizo is like simple.
No. Good guess, though. Anyone else? See the other one? Carolina, you with us today?
Friendly.
Friendly. Which one is friendly?
Simpatico.
Okay. Yep. Simpatico is friendly, but that's not really a cognate. But you're absolutely right. So if you wanted to type that in, you're right. Friendly, nice, whatever. There's one more cognate, you guys, I want us to try to recognize. Anybody see it? Yeah, we had a streak though, strict.
Mal.
Mal, like malware, like bad, something that's bad. Okay. How about this? What does this look like here?
Thank you.
Comical. Yes, Heaven.
Funny.
Funny, absolutely. Comical, like something that's funny. Okay, very good. Comical. Okay. All right, so make sure you have intelligent, stupid, funny, and strict. And then we threw in mal is bad and nice for simpatico. Okay. All right, let's do this last thing here. These are a little tougher. Anybody recognize a cognate here? A cognate. I only see one. That's right, Heaven. Anybody else? I only see one true cognate here. No. Nope. So I think Heaven said it. Favorito, favorito, favorite. Okay, favorite. Very good. So I think that's our only cognate in this one. Okay. All right. Do we have those? The ones that I have with the mark are the ones that are definitely cognate. So you want to make sure you have those. Okay.
Was difficult?
Uh-huh. Yes. Difficult. Difícil. Difícil rather. Difficult. Uh-huh. So I need a thumbs up from everybody so I know when to move on. I'll make sure you have those typed in. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys, we've got giant snowflakes. All right, Elizabeth is ready. Anybody else ready? Heaven's ready. James? James is ready. Anybody else ready to rock? Ready to go on? Lisa? Haley, you ready? All right, Xilla's ready. Nikki, you ready? Okay. I'm gonna scroll down. Let me get this out of the way. And these down here, you guys, are physical characteristics. Okay, so let's see what I mean. So up here, if somebody's nervous or calm or stupid or interesting or whatever, right? Those are not physical things. That's kind of more how we feel, right? Or our personality, right? Like personality traits sometimes, okay? But we also have physical things, right? So this list is harder. Yes, this list is harder. Is there anything here that you think could be a cognate that we can maybe make a connection to something? Yeah. So some of you are telling me, yeah, some of you are telling me like this might be like large. And you know what, you guys? It is not large. Because remember, we had grande, yeah, as large or big. So we have to, and the reason I point this out, there are things called false cognates, false ones. And largo or mayor, this looks like the mayor, like if you're the mayor of a city, right? Those are false cognates. And so we have to kind of be careful not to kind of fall into that trap. And how do we do that? Well, if we were to see it in a sentence or in a paragraph or something we were reading, it would make sense to us, right? Of what the meaning might be. That's not a cognate. Okay. All right. Any questions? I'm going to stop sharing that for just a second. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to remember that quizzes that we started. You need to finish it. And so I'm going to pull that up. And remember that you have most of these filled in, or many of them filled in, right? And so this will pause, we'll fill some in, we'll play with them, whatever. Okay, clase, you ready to go? Give me thumbs up when you're ready. So we're going to fill in as many of these blanks as we can, and we're going to focus on this top bunch of words first. Okay. All right. So let me get my screen all pulled up here and ready to go. We didn't finish this when we started the other day. So yeah. Give me a second. kind of have my fingers crossed that this snow doesn't make my whatchamajigger, my Wi-Fi go goofy. Okay, so there's the link. Everybody join me there, por favor. This won't copy. Copy. Come on. This is going to copy. Yes. All right. And there's the code. There you go. Good job, you guys. You don't need me. So by all means, remember you guys to, if I go too fast or if I skip one, make sure that you let me know and I can go back, right? Okay, are we ready? All right, so you're going to have to try to see my screen and then you're going to need to try to type in. So again, if I go too fast or if you need me to back up, then let me know, okay? I still need about 4 more of you. Okay, here we go. All right, so we have these 2 in our list, and so we're good to go. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, grande, pequeño, grande y pequeño. So remember, you guys, these are opposites. We talked about that way last week. Opuestos are opposites. So el elefante es grande y gris. It's gray, right? Y el gato es pequeño y anaranjado, right? And orange. Grande, pequeño. So typing these in, because we didn't have those in as cognates, right? Pequeño. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And then estupendo. So we had those 2 as well as cognates. Horrible. Clase, la nieve es horrible. The snow is horrible. Sí, a mi gusto. Sí, clase. La nieve no me gusta. Okay. Bueno. Okay. Bajo y alto. Bajo y alto. You may have to scroll down to that physical characteristics list. Again, opposites, clase. Bajo is something if something is short or exactly. That's where we borrow so many of these words in English. You're right. If you sing as an alto, right, you have a high voice, you know. So if you're alto, like altitude, right? Altitude, you're tall or high up. Okay. Again, opuestos, opposites, bajo y alto. Now, if we were describing a female that was short or a female that was tall, we'd have to make those spelling changes, right, you guys? See, you know what I'm talking about, right? See, the O would become an A, right? Muy bien. Okay, here's your chance. The opposite of calmo. The opposite of calmo. Click the button. All right. Good job, Stacy. Look at you. Good job. Okay, so opposite of calmo would be nervioso. Okay, guys, everybody needs to try to answer, right? This is good practice. Muy bien. Good job, Stacy. Again, the opposite of alto, bajo. So tall versus short, or high versus low. Okay, if you can remember it in that musical sense, that's just as helpful. Okay. Okay, muy bien. So the opposite of horrible would be estupendo, right? If something is horrible, then the opposite would be stupendous, would be wonderful, right? Marvelous. Pick a word, it doesn't matter. Okay. Horrible. Muy bien. And estupendo. Muy bien. Good job. Opposite of pequeño, small, would be grande. Grande. Okay. Good job. Okay. Are we ready to go on to the next section? Anybody need to fill in a blank? You need to speak up, please. All right. Let's go on. All right. Then we had divertido, fun. Interesante was interesting. We said that one. That was our cognate. And aburrido. What's our guess for aburrido? Y'all remember?
Bored.
Bored or boring. Uh-huh. Bored or boring. Okay, so make sure you type that in. Bored or boring. And I'm hoping, that you guys can see how we started at the beginning of the year with identifying patterns in the language. Those patterns continue, like I said, but I hope that you can see how we're sort of building sentences. Yeah. To go from I and you and we and he and she, and then am, are, blah, blah, blah. And now we're describing things and, right. So I'm hoping that you guys can see how we're slowly building sentences. Okay. Okay, we had difícil as a cognate, and the opposite, you guys, is fácil, meaning easy. Easy. We actually borrow that word in English. No one ever uses it anymore. But if you were looking in the dictionary, it would be there, spelled differently, but it would be there. So opposites, difícil and fácil. Okay. Bueno y malo, good and bad. We say buenos dias, right? Good day is literally what we're saying, right? Buenos dias. Yeah. Bueno, good. Malo, bad, like malware on our computer. Okay. Simpático, we said a minute ago, was nice, friendly, something like that, right? Someone you want to be around. But if you're anti that, you're opposite of that, right? You're antipático. So unfriendly, mean, grumpy, dislikable, whatever, unlikable, whatever the word is in English, right? Antipático, simpático, nice. Then you're anti that is the opposite. So antipático. Unfriendly, mean, grumpy. Pick a word. Okay, can I go on? Let me know if I'm going too slow or if I'm going too fast. Okay. All right, here we go. What does difícil mean? Clique. Join us, Carolina. There you go. Good job. Yay. All right. I need to hear from everyone, you guys. So if you said difficult, you're absolutely right. Difícil. Okay. Antipático. Oh, muy bien. Okay, mean or unfriendly. Yeah. So remember that it's anti, like anti meaning against, right? Or not, So, yep. If simpático is nice, then you're anti-nice, right? Antipático. Okay, let's see, Elizabeth, you're fast. Yeah, fun, divertido, fun. Okay, good. Muy bien. Okay, boring, absolutely. Muy bien, boring. Malo, muy bien, malo. Good job. Bad. Okay, so we had these. We said these were cognates, inteligente and estúpido. All right. We got to fill in. So guapo or guapa is if you're good looking, right? Handsome, something like that. Okay. Bonito or bonita is you can be pretty, but bonito can also be a thing that's pretty. Whereas guapo is really not. Guapo really applies to a person. Bonito, bonita can be a person or a thing. Okay, so pretty or nice. And then the opposite would be feo, ugly, like an ugly Christmas sweater, right? Feo. So make sure you're typing those in. Okay, we had these as well as cognates. You should have already had these written in. So estricto and cómico, again, opposites, right? Okay, the opposite of good looking, the opposite of guapo. What would it be, clase? Punch the button. Oh, let's see, we had an even break here. Okay, opposite of guapo would be feo. Absolutely, because bonito also means pretty, right? So remember, bonito is for people or things, but guapo or guapa is just for people. Yeah, but they mean the same. And so that would make the opposite being feo. Okay. Okay, the opposite of estricto. Muy bien, cómico, cómico. Let's see what you come up with. Yay, fail. Very good. The opposite of pretty would be ugly and therefore fail. Good job. Good job. You guys got that one. Inteligente. That was easy. Good job. Okay, let's finish these up. So once again, you may have to scroll around on your guided notes. Moreno is when we have dark hair, or maybe if we're dark skinned, we can be moreno or morena. Okay. If we are blonde haired, we are rubio or rubia. Okay. So make sure that you're specific when you're typing that in. Moreno is dark hair or dark complected, dark skin. Rubio is if you're blonde. If you're like fair skinned, I guess, rubio. Okay. Okay. Then we have nuevo. Nuevo meaning if something is new. And viejo can be old, and it can be a thing or it can be a person. Okay. And remember that if we're describing something that's feminine, the spelling of these has to change, right? Nueva, vieja, right? Okay. Again, on your list, joven. Joven is when we are young. Right? So clase ustedes, you all. Okay. Ustedes son jóvenes. I'm making it plural because I'm talking to all of you, right? I'm saying you all, you guys. Ustedes son jóvenes. Right? Yo soy vieja, vieja, right? Old. I am old. Ustedes son jóvenes. Okay. Okay. Again, on our list, caro is expensive when something costs a lot. Barato is if something is inexpensive or cheap. So caro, barato, opposites. Okay, make sure you're typing that in. Expensive, inexpensive, right? Caro, barato. Alrighty. Expensive, see. Conocido, well known. If somebody is famous or something is famous. Conocido. Right? If something is like common knowledge, like everybody would know it, it would be something that's conocido. Okay. Desconocido is the opposite. So unknown or rare, something we don't know about, right? Desconocido. Opposites, conocido, desconocido, known and unknown. Okay, again, if I'm going too slow, if I'm going too fast, you need to let me know. All right, here we go. Moreno. 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 Chris, what do you say? Dallas? Moreno. Yes, if you're dark hair, if you have dark hair, muy bien, moreno, moreno. Okay, good job. Keep going. Barato. What does it mean? Barato. Cheap. Very good. Inexpensive. Barato. Very good. Okay. Unknown, desconocido, unknown. Very good. The other one is conocido, right? Conocido is known. Desconocido, unknown. Like if you deconstruct something, right? Des. How about rubio? Rubio is blonde. Yeah, blonde. Good job, you guys. You guys are doing real well. Lay, good job. Nuevo, new. Very good, you guys. Everybody got that one. Okay, and then we had our colors, right? Verde, azul, amarillo, negro, café, y blanco. Those are also adjectives. Naranja or anaranjado. Morado was our purple. Gris, rosado, pink. Rojo. Agua marina was a aquamarine color, light blue sort of. Okay, what is green, clase? Elige. Pick one. Ah, muy bien. Verde. Good job, you guys. Good job. Brown. Brown is café or marron. Good job. Good job. So naranjado was orange. Gris was gray. Okay, good job. Red. All right, you said rojo. Good job, y'all got that one. Nicely done. Bueno, yellow is amarillo. Amarillo. Good job. Okay, a couple more. Sí, muy bien. Purple is morado. Morado. Sí, morado. Oops. All right, good job, you guys. Nicely done. Okay, so how many of you? Yeah, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, Kimura, Heaven. Good job, you guys. How many of you still have blanks? Everybody should have blanks. You don't have blanks if you scroll down to the next to the second thing. Do you have blanks? Yeah. So just to touch base, right, you guys? Let me share my screen. Everybody should have this first square or table filled in, right? And then we will finish these up as well. Okay, so this should be blank. Okay. Everybody good? Okay. Do we need to fill in any of these at all? Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I need a minute from you. I'm going to put a link in the chat here in just a second. Give me a quick second. And we're just going to kind of do a real quick, like, comprehension check. Okay. So let me see. All right. Can you guys try this link and let me know where it takes you? I'm gonna pop it in there. Ooh, that's a long one. That shouldn't be right. But anyway, we'll try it. Okay, try that, you guys. Click, please, and see if you can. I'm not sharing. Oh, you can't see me at all? I'm not sharing anything. But yes, you can if you need to. Absolutely. Okay, does that link work, you guys? Let me see. Is it letting you in there? Is that the wrong link? Dallas? Lay? James? I can't see your screen. Charlie? Aslan? Akari? Priscilla? What happens if you so it's just taking you to, all right. Give me another minute and let me see if I can find the right thing.
It's just taking me to the home page of
Okay.
Nearpod.
Yeah. I don't know why it's not giving me a code or a join or a whatever. I can figure it out. All right. Okay, there it is. I just didn't click the darn button. Okay, here we go. Okay, you guys, try this one. This should be the right one. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to take attendance real fast. Let me know if it's not letting you in or whatever. Okay, thank you, Kimura. Nikki, I haven't heard from you today. Let me know if that's working for you. Thank you, Marilisa. All right, everybody in? I'm just still trying to take the roll. Okay. No, So hang on to your guided notes because we have to finish. Thank you for reminding me, Marlisa. We have to finish the bottom half, right? So if you copied it to your Google Drive, it's saved, right? Make sure in Canvas that you can go back to it if you're working on it in Canvas. So I wouldn't submit it in Canvas. I would just let it be if you did it in Canvas, okay? Okay, so let's see. Are we all good? Okay, so here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try and do this. I am going to put in our collab board, and I'm going to do the first one together. And I'm going to post like an image. Okay. And then we're going to try to describe that image. So you want to make sure, right, you guys, that you have your vocab list in front. Okay. All right, let me put an image in. Well, no, it's not going to let me do that. Here, let's do this. It's fighting me today. Okay. So let's say y'all can see my screen, right? Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Okay. So you see I have a new car here, right? So I'm going to come down here at the bottom where it says write my comment. And I'm going to say, or you could put it in share your thoughts. And I'm just going to say, yo, and this isn't going to make sense. You don't see it, Marlisa? Are you hovering over? Are you in your Nearpod? Can you see your Nearpod screen, Marlisa? Here, I'll just put it up on the Zoom. Okay, and this isn't going to make sense, and that's okay, right? But we can say el coche, the car, right? Es nuevo, it's a new car. Okay, el coche es nuevo, nuevo, right? So the car is new. I'm describing the car, right? Or I can say es rosado, right? The car is pink. The car is pink. Es rosado. Okay, y'all see what we're going to do? Lasa, give me a thumbs up. Yes. So I'm just going to try to put in some random pictures. And then you guys are going to construct a simple sentence using those adjectives and remembering if it's masculine or feminine, singular or plural. Okay, clase? All right, here we go. Let's do this first one. Okay, Marlisa, can you see now? Are you good, Marlisa? Yeah. Okay. Oops. Let's see. Let's try this. Okay. So, clase, ¿cómo es el tiempo? El tiempo. El tiempo is our weather, right? So you guys can finish. Oops, tiempo should have an O on it. So you guys try and make a sentence just like I did about the car. Use an adjective. ¿Cómo es el tiempo? Very good. We could say it's gray if it's rainy, right? How would we do that? Very good, you guys. Very good. We're on the weather one. Well, tiempo is masculine, always masculine, right, you guys? Mm-hmm. Always masculine. So, yes. Very good, Haley. Muy bien. Heaven, muy bien. Yeah, so you guys are telling me el tiempo es mal, el tiempo es gris, right? Sí. Muy bien. All right, I'm going to put a few more in, and then you guys can answer as you come along to them, okay? Let me think. Let's try okay, there's one. I'll put in a couple of these while you guys are working. Okay, so we got a celebrity. We got something that's funny. Use the same kind of pattern that we used before. Very good. Oh, Christopher, using S. We want to use the vocab that we know, right? How do we say famous? What was the word we just learned for well known? Okay, stick with our vocab that we have that we're practicing. Okay, guys? How do we say he is famous? Or, yeah, he was a he, right? Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, so looking at our famous dude, you guys, we could say las ropas son amarillos. We have to add an S, right? Because ropas, the clothing, is plural. We could say el with the accent. Very good, Heaven. Es conocido, right? El es conocido. He's famous. He's well known. We know el hombre, right? El hombre. Okay, we don't know that word viste, so we don't want to use that, right? We don't want to use that. So we just want to say el hombre es famoso. El, right, with the accent mark, he. Okay. Yeah, we could say something is funny, right? Very good, Haley. We could say las caras son divertidas, right? The faces are funny. Las caras son divertidas. Él es cómico. Heaven, perfect. Right, perfect. or yo soy cómica. Kimura, right? If you identify as female, cómica. Yo soy cómica, right? It has to be an A at the end. Okay, you guys, remember not to complicate, right? We're just saying, using words that we know. We could have even said that our emoji guy, our face here, was a journalist or a doctor or a dentist, just the idea of using is funny, right? Like we did here. El coche es nuevo and es rosado, right? It's pink. Okay. We could have said it's yellow, right? For this one, we could have said it's yellow, the face. Okay. So keeping it simple, you guys. I'm not expecting you to use things that we haven't learned. Okay. Él es antipático. Perfect, Elizabeth, right? He's grumpy. He's mean. Él es. He is. Él es antipático. Okay. Very good, Heaven. C. Very good, Kimura. Very good, Marilisa. Very good. Okay, one more. Okay, keep it simple now, you guys, right? One more. Let's see what we could do here. Okay. Yes, Kimura. All right, one more before we sign out today. Class or classroom. Describe it. Big, small. Well, we know clase. We don't know aula, right? We know clase. Big, small, boring, fun, whatever. Yellow, green. Pick a word we know. Okay, very good. Very good, Elizabeth. Very good, Kimura. La clase es estupenda, making it feminine, right? La clase es aburrida, boring. La clase es amarillo, it's yellow. Okay. Okay, you guys, make sure that you save your guided notes. Do not submit them, right? You're hanging on to those so we can finish them up. Y nos vemos miércoles. Good job today. Nicely done. Okay. Adios a todos. Have a great rest of your day, you guys. Nos vemos miércoles. Adios. Adios.